Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So just the other day, I think it was yesterday, I made a guide to the Special Interception Gravedigger and the video is just so long. I think the content is good. I think all of it is important, but it's just so long. So I'm going to try to make another shortened video of that guide and just try to go over it as quickly as possible so that you can get back to your gaming, okay? So one thing that I want to discuss is going to be the party lineup. It's very important to get a party lineup that can kill the QTE circles outside of full burst. So during full burst, I think most people won't have an issue. But relying only on full burst will make it very prone to RNG to being able to clear, and we don't want to spend an hour, 2 hours, etc. every 5 days or every 4 days to try to clear this. We want to be able to clear it reliably, and we want to be able to clear it on the first few tries. So it's important to get Nikkes that will allow you to kill the QTEs out of full burst, okay? So let's go ahead and watch this video here. So I'm gonna rewind here and we're gonna pause on it. So this is the party that I use right here. I'm gonna go over why I use these real quick. So Noir is really good. She has her skill 3 increases damage to QTE circles for shotgun units. If you have Blanc in the party, which is a okay replacement for Leona here, it will actually give damage to QTE circles or increase the damage to QTE circles to non-shotgun units. So Modernia here. So this will help you clear the QTE circles a lot easier during full burst. But like I said again, you want to try to be able to clear those QTE circles outside of full burst. So I'm going to discuss why I have these units and how they help, okay? So on Noir here, her skill 1 actually gives straight attack percent, which is very helpful. You don't need full burst for it. It's just all the time. And Leona, her skill 1 actually also increases damage outside of full burst. So combine these two with Modernia's skill 1. Her skill 1 actually increases her damage outside of full burst as well. So when you combine Modernia with these two, you're actually dealing a decent amount of damage outside of full burst. And I do recommend putting her in the 3rd slot here and bursting with Noir and Sugar or whichever other burst 3 unit you have, so that Modernia can deal the most amount of damage with her regular attack. Because if you burst with her, her single target damage actually goes down. So you want to be able to do the full damage from her regular attack, and in order to do that, you need to have her non-burst and as the 3rd burst character. All right, so Leader, most of her skills will increase full burst damage, and I'm not saying to ignore damage increases for full burst. You still want to definitely be able to clear that, but you want to be able to clear that so easily that it doesn't matter, right? And then after that, you're going to want to instead focus on clearing the QTEs outside of full burst, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the rest of the video here. All right, so when we first start here, you'll notice that the first phase of this boss, there are going to be 2 QTE circles. If you don't clear these 3 times in a row, then basically your run will end, okay? So you want to time your reloads, time your bursts so that you can clear these circles. But if you can't clear these circles, then you're not going to be able to clear the next phase. So it's very important to be able to clear these QTEs, especially in this first phase, very quickly, because it does definitely get much more difficult later on, okay? So let's see, and then here's another thing that I want to point out right here. So we actually have these missiles coming in. I would say these missiles are actually really, really important to clear. If you ignore these, you're going to have a bad time because they will stun your unit. And if they stun your unit, the problem is that they can't burst. So if you have only a single burst 1 and a single burst 2, if they get stunned, you're kind of stuck. You can't burst. And yes, I said that you want to be able to clear these QTEs without burst, but you're going to make your life so much harder if you are not able to burst. And if it hits one of your DPS, you're also losing DPS, right? So I would make it a priority to clear these missiles. I would not focus on them if you're going to fail the QTE and then fail your run, right? So if you only have 1 QTE left before you get the hit, then you definitely want to focus on the QTEs instead of the missiles. But at any other time, you're going to want to kill the missiles first and then do the QTEs, okay? And you'll see here that I am using Modernia. I feel like using her manual is going to be the best. That I've had the best results. I do recommend that you do it that way, okay? Alright. And you'll see that I've focused down these missiles pretty quickly. Yep, there we go. And you don't need to worry about any of the parts. Just focus on doing the QTEs and hitting the boss, okay? And then here, you'll see that we're at the top bar. You're going to want to pay attention to this. It's not so important for changing phases from the first phase to the second phase because you still have some leeway in clearing the circles on the second phase. But I do pay attention to this, and you'll notice that as we hit the 4 right here, that we will be entering the second phase. Okay, so here we go. There's that. So it went to 5 pretty quick, but you'll see that now we have 3 QTE circles, okay? So in this next phase, this is phase 2, you must kill these, or let me rephrase that. You have 2 chances to kill these. So if you fail the first set, you definitely need to kill the second set. If you fail the next set, then you need to get the next one. If you fail 2 in a row, then he's going to do his drill attack and basically end your run, okay? And so I will say that my Nikkes are not super invested. They're not super high tier. I think I'm still level maybe 192 or 193 here. And I think you really need to try your best to clear this ASAP, because if you don't clear it, you're losing basically up to 20% of your your gears, your chance of getting T9 overloaded gears, and just gears in general. You're not getting the gears that the purple gears that you can use to upgrade your T9 gears, and you're also losing out on those boxes that you can get a random piece of gear. So I think it's very important to try to clear this ASAP, okay? And so you can actually check that in my longer video. You can look at my skills and my gears there, and you'll see that they're pretty mediocre, honestly. They're nothing special, okay? So going on here, so we're actually going to enter in phase 3 here. This is the hardest phase, and you'll notice that the bar says 7 up here. So when you hit this 7 right here, this 7 damage counter, this is when you're going to enter in phase 3. And phase 3, you do need to clear the QTE circles that come up after you enter phase 3 on the first try. So if you fail these QTEs, your run will end. So it's very important that you time your bursts or you time your reloads so that you are able to kill the QTEs after he enters in this phase here in 7, okay? So this one, he falls back and then he'll come in, and these QTEs right here, you must clear. If you don't clear these, then your run will end, okay? Once you do that, that is actually probably the hardest part of the run, is timing your burst or timing your reloads so you can clear that set of circles. After you do that, it's pretty straightforward. They still allow you to fail 1 set before, or you can't. Basically the second phase, it's basically exactly like the second phase, except for that you need to clear that first set of QTEs. So you can fail 1 set and then still be okay if you kill the next set, okay? So I would time your reloads so that right after you clear a set, or you think you're running out of ammo, like you might be running a little low, keep your eye on the ammo counter on your character here, and when it's running low after you clear the QTEs, you're going to want to reload. So basically stop, take your Nikkes off of auto aim, and then just let it reload, and then that way, even if you fail that set of circles while you're reloading, you'll be ready for the next set, okay? All right, I think that covered basically everything, and I think we did it in a decent amount of time. Looks like about 9 minutes here. So I mean, I cut it down in half. So I do wish you luck. This is very, very challenging. It took me quite a bit of time to clear this and to get I guess, a good lineup where I could clear it reliably. I wish you luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, guys? All right, take care.